Hello, good morning, my dear students. No, I hope you're okay. Okay, even though we are not directly affected by the super typhoon Pepito or Pepito, no. So still we need to do this asynchronous learning because some of you might still be traveling from your respective homes right now, or even if you are just in your boarding houses, no, it's better to do this so that you will be protected, no, or you will be safe. Okay, so without further ado, let me discuss the first or the introduction to the cardiovascular system, which will be comprised of four module number 4, 5, and 6. No? So please bear with me as we progress, no, to the different slides of this particular lesson. Now, when we talk about the cardiovascular system, no, before I discuss the three main components of this particular cardiovascular system, you must know that without the cardiovascular system, it will be almost impossible, no, to actually bring or supply all cells, the cells all throughout the body with just diffusion alone. No? So when we go back to the theory of evolution, okay, that is claimed by many scientists, they propose that this cardiovascular system evolved so that better distribution of nutrients and of course excretion of waste products will be in place, no? So in unicellular organism, as you may already learn from your physiology books, no? So they rely on the process of diffusion when it comes to obtaining the nutrients, no, that they needed. However, it will be impossible, no, to actually support or supply nutrients when it comes to a very complex multicellular organisms such as animals and human beings. That's why the evolution generated the cardiovascular system. No? So now for the cardiovascular system components, we have of course a pump, and that pump is of course the heart for most animals. No? And we also have here a vessel, the vessels, no, or the blood vessels, and of course the fluid, no, or the blood that is composed of the cells, the cell components, and of course the plasma. No? So when we talk about a pump, this is, or the heart, when it comes to vertebrates, no, this move the fluid all throughout the body, no? It is the pump, no? And it is also of course called the heart or hearts, or in Greek word cardio, no? And then of course we cannot also dissociate from our discussion the vessels, no? So when we talk about the vessels carry fluids between the pump or the heart and the body tissues, okay? And it is known as vascular. Now, vascular. Okay, and of course, we have here fluid. No? So when we say the fluid, it carries transported molecules and cells. No? So when we say transported molecules, it includes your electrolytes, your energy source like glucose, no? Your amino acids, your lipids, no? And of course, the cells that are in the blood. For example, your red blood cell, your WBC, or the white blood cell as well. No? And let us not forget also the thrombocytes, or the fragments of a thrombocyte, which is a platelet. No? And of course, when we talk about fluid, it means to say that it's the blood or hemolymph. No? So ang iyang root word would be hemo or imya. No? So that's why tanan nga related sa blood will be called hemo. Di ba? Hemophilia, hemolytic, hemorrhage. Okay? And then anemia. ischemia. Okay? Thrombocytopenia, for example. Imya na, mga imya, no? Okay. So, basically, this is the three main components of the cardiovascular system, no? So, the pump, the vessels, and the fluid. Or the heart, the blood vessels, and the blood. Okay? So, now let's proceed to the module number 4, or the heart physiology. No? So, in this particular module, I am going to give you a discussion about the heart and, of course, its function, how does it function, and the processes that is responsible for its functionality. Okay, so let's start with module number 4, lesson number 1, no? Or the morphology, automaticity, and rhythmicity of the heart. Now, for the learning outcomes of this particular lesson, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the morphology of the heart and then describe the components of the excitatory and conductive system of the heart and explain the following mechanism. Letter A, automaticity of the heart. Letter B, coordinated spread of excitation and conduction in the heart. And letter C, neural control of the conductive system of the heart. Okay, so we have also different pumping mechanisms. Now, other than the chamber muscle pumps or the heart in all vertebrates, there are certain mechanisms in animals that are actually pumping mechanisms as well. So, for example, the sponges, okay, si SpongeBob, for example, na sila flagella that aids in their pumping mechanism. And then we also have here mga extrinsic muscle or skeletal pumps, just like the frog in horses or ang atong gitawag og cuneus angulae, And then of course, we also have what we call peristaltic tubular muscle pumps. Okay? And of course, the last one would be the most sophisticated of these different pumping mechanisms. We have the chamber muscle pumps, which is of course present in all vertebrates. Now, going back to the earlier stages or earlier signs of life, So, before the four-chambered heart, there are only two-chambered heart, However, sa mga vertebrates, they evolved to have systemic hearts, from two-chambered to four-chambered. Now, this four-chambered heart has actually two main body region that is supplied blood to. Number one is for the pulmonary circulation. Now, when we talk about the pulmonary circulation, okay, this kining systemic chamber is actually composed of course, the right ventricle going to the pulmonary artery, going to the, of course, to the lungs, and going back to the left atrium via the pulmonary vein, okay, and of course, going to the left ventricle and to be pumped into the systemic circulation, which starts with, of course, the left side of the heart, down to the aorta and down to the different parts of the body. Okay? That's the systemic circulation. Okay. Now, the avian and mammalian hearts are dual pumps. So, what do you mean by this? Okay? So, meaning to say, ang heart sa mammals and avians, they can pump, okay, twice in different directions, or sending blood to different regions of the body, because na sila right and left separate pumps. Okay, so ang right ventricle, right atrium would supply, as what I've said earlier, would supply blood to the lungs to be oxygenated. And now, this blood coming from the lungs, oxygenated, will return to the left part of the heart or left pump of the heart, and it will be pumped into the rest of the body or into the systemic circulation. No? Now, these dual pumps have 4 chambers. Okay, 4 chambers because, diba, we have 2 atria and 2 ventricles. No? So, duha ka atria na siya sa upper. The atria is actually that area of the heart that receives blood. Okay, so regardless of it is being from the right or from the left, it receives blood coming from the outside of the heart. No? So when it's the right atrium, it will be receiving blood from the systemic circulation or coming from the systemic circulation. If it's going to be the left atrium, it is going to receive blood from the lungs, no? Oxygenated blood. Then we also have 2 ventricles. Kini mga ventricles, they would actually pump, okay? By the way, kini mga atria, mo pump po ni sila blood going to the ventricles, no? From the right atrium to the right ventricle, from the left atrium to the left ventricle. Now, when naa na sa ventricle ang blood, okay, nga naa sa ubos, okay, and which is actually diha naka-situate sad, no, ang mga ang atria ang aorta for example, no, and ang sapikas is ang pulmonary artery, no, so diha mugawas ang blood, no, so from the right ventricle to the lungs and from the left ventricle to the rest of the body, no. And then we also have here heart valves, no, duha ka atrioventricular valves. Atrioventricular, the valve is located in between the atrium and ventricles, and 2 semilunar valves. So this is somehow located, okay, from the ventricle to either the pulmonary artery or the aorta. Okay? Now let's take a look at this particular image, no? So, let's take a look. Mao ni siya ang imong unsa man eh. This is our heart, no? And then if we are going to take a cross-sectional ba dili? Longitudinal cut, no? Ito siyang tungaon. Okay? So, mao ni siya ang dagway sa atong heart, no? So, we have here your superior vena cava, and then of course, naapod tay ginatawag diri nga inferior nga vena cava. So this is what conveys the blood coming from the rest of the body or the systemic circulation into your right atrium, no? Dara ang right atrium nara, guys. Okay, right atrium. And then of course from the right atrium mo open na siya, natay gitawag og pulmonary natay gitawag og right atrioventricular valve. Okay, and mo open ni siya, no, and then once mo open na siya, blood will come in, no, rush in, and then mo close na siya automatically basta mapuno ni siya. Okay, mo close na dayon ang valve, and once nga mo close na nga valve, mapuno na sad si right ventricle, and then right ventricle will actually pump the blood, no, through the pulmonary semilunar valve, kini siya, and into the right and left pulmonary arteries. Okay? So the right and left pulmonary arteries will actually draw blood, not draw blood, but convey blood, push blood into the lungs. Okay? Now, once na ma-oxygenate na siya ngadto sa lungs, what will happen is that it will go back via the left pulmonary veins, mo return ang blood from the left lung to the left atrium, and of course, via the right pulmonary nga vein, mo return ang blood from the right lung to again diri nga area, na? And so this is going to be an oxygenated. That's why kining usa diri blue ni, and this one is red, no? As exemplified or shown to be oxygenated na siya. Okay, so once nga mosulod sa left atrium ang imong blood, oxygenated blood coming from the heart, no? Mosulod na pud siya dire via the the left atrioventricular valve nga naman gud ning left aortic similar nga naman na dira. And then once nga mosulod na sad siya dire sa left ventricle, no? So i-pump out na sad siya via the aortic semilunar valve, no? And into the, of course, aorta. And of course, ang aorta, iyan na siyang ipagawas to the systemic circulation. Okay? So again, take note, red it means O2-rich blood, and blue, O2-poor nga blood. No? It needs to be oxygenated. Okay? So, padong adto upper body sa aorta, diri pod padong pod sa lower body kini systemic circulation. Okay, so this is how the blood flow through the heart. Okay, so we have here the dual pump action of the heart, no, as exemplified or as simplified by this particular nga figure, na? So as you can see, if we are going to, kung pwede pa lang nga atong tungaon ng heart, no? So actually the heart is divided into two types or two pumps, no? The one that actually, or the right atrium and the right ventricle, which receives blood from the vena cava. So vena cava is actually collecting blood from other systemic organs, the brain, digestive tract, kidneys, and the muscles, no? And once naana na siya ang blood dinhi, makonvey na siya into the right atrium, as what I've said earlier, and through the atrioventricular valve, moadto siya sa right ventricle and into the pulmonary artery. Now, once present in the pulmonary artery, i-convey na sad siya ang blood into the lungs, no? So this is actually the pulmonary circulation. Okay, na siya. However, once nga gikan na siya sa heart, it will be, of course, received by the pulmonary vein, and in the pulmonary vein, musulod siya sa left atrium, and then once nga musulod siya sa left atrium, the left atrium will convey, no, the blood into the left ventricle by another atrioventricular valve. And once nga present na siya sa left ventricle, the left ventricle, once nga mapuno na siya, so mo-open up na sad ni siya dire ang imong semilunar valve, and it's going to open up, and it's going to be, the blood will be pumped to the rest of the circulation with the help, of course, of your aorta. And then, once nga musulod na siya sa circulation, musulod na siya sa individual arterioles, into the capillaries, of course, muadto na ang mga blood, ma-diffuse na ang specific nga mga components of the blood that is needed by the body, and what will remain would be conveyed into the individual venules, into the vein, no, together with the waste products. Okay, so you might wonder, na? So, giunsa ka sa heart nga tuloy-tuloy man nganong gikan sa left ventricle, moadto man gyud siya systemic circulation, now gikan sa veins to the vena cava, moadto man gyud siya sa right nga pump, na? So, the answer is mao na siya, mga valve nga mo open, na? So, when the pressure is greater behind the valve, for example, taas na ang pressure because mapuno na ang sulod sa atrium, sa right atrium for example, the valve will open. Mo-open siya towards the ventricle. No? Mao na siya. So, ang pressure mo push sa imong valve towards the ventricle. Okay? And therefore, once nga, when the pressure is greater naman in the front of the valve, mo close na sad ang valve, no? Siya ang mo dali-dali og close sa valve. And note that when pressure is greater in front of the valve, dili na siya mo open in the opposite direction. Okay, which is a good thing. Kay magbalik-balik ra ang atong blood, no? Dili na siya maka-proceed. Kay mo nang dili ta pwedeng magsige na lang tagbalik-balik, no? Kalimtan na nato ang past, we have to go on with the future, no? So that mauni ang gitawag og one-way valve, no? Sana all one way. Okay? So once the valve closed, it does not open in opposite direction. So what can open the valve? Okay? So what can open the valve is a stronger pressure coming from the atrium towards the ventricle. Okay, because it's one-way valve, no? And then another thing is you have to check with the thickness of the right and left ventricle, no? Remember, ang right ventricle is a bit thinner compared to the left ventricle. And the reason why this is happening is that, 'di ba? The right ventricle padung ra man siya sa asa man, padung ra siya sa lungs, no? Gamay ra kayo nga portion ang iyang i-cover, ang iyang supplyan og blood. However, when it comes to the left ventricle, it is covering the whole systemic circulation. Therefore, it has to have a thicker muscle, no? And of course, when it comes to kung naay thicker muscle, thicker sad ang iyang force, or bigger sad or higher sad ang force of contraction. Okay, I hope it makes sense, guys, no? Okay. So, when it comes to pumping of blood, no, natay mga gitawag og conditions nga ma-associate with cardiac pumping. Because pareho aning edema in broiler chicken and brisket disease in cattle and horses, no? When we talk about edema in broiler chicken, katong mga bata pang mga chicken, nya paspas kay sila managko, no? So, ang pag-pump sa blood dili enough ang pagbalik sa fluid, no? Mao nga ang uban mo accumulate siya sa mga individual tissues, no? Dili pa maangot sa heart, no, ang ano. Then we also have here brisket disease in cattle and horses, no? Kini siya sometimes it is associated with sudden change in altitude, no? Gikan sa ubos isa ka sa gawas sa taas ang mga cattle, no? Pwede sila magka-brisket disease, or it could be because of toxicosis or infection, parasitism. Okay, so mao ni siya ang dagway, no? So we have here your right AV valve, that's why it's called tricuspid, left AV valve, bicuspid, and your aortic and pulmonary valve, no? So mao na siya, right atrium, right AV valve, di ba? Chordae tendineae, right papillary muscle, no? Direction of backflow, dili siya mo backflow kay once nga mo backflow ang mo balik ang blood because of pressure, mo samot naman hinoni og ka-tighten ang imong chordae tendineae, no? And of course, ang backflow bisan pag mo naay backflow dili gyud siya makabalik sa for the aorta, for example naman kining imong aortic valve na gitawag og leak-proof nga seam, meaning to say there is no chance for a backflow when it comes to the aortic valve. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go to the wall of the heart. No? Ngano man kaning invincible, charot. Invincible maning vertebrate heart, no? The vertebrate heart is very unique. It has a very unique walls that are composed primarily of spirally arranged cardiac muscle fibers, okay? Palibot spiral, naglibot, no? Interconnected by intercalated discs. Intercalated discs, no? So, na siya'y presence of desmosomes, na siya'y presence of gap junction. Okay. So, we have here your heart, no? So, we have here the bundles of cardiac muscle arranged spirally, no? In the ventricle, no? When they contract, they ring, no? Murag ilang i-squeeze, no? I-squeeze nila ang blood, no? They ring the blood from the apex to the base where the major arteries exist. So, gikan dire, padungad to, para gawas gyud ang blood, no? So, we have here the presence of your intercalated discs. So, na-mention na ninako sa una, no? So, the cardiac muscle fibers, they branch and they are interconnected by intercalated discs. So, mao ni siyang imong intercalated disc. Now, when we are going to look up, we zoom in to the intercalated discs. Mao ni siya ang dagway sa imong intercalated discs. So, naa siya desmosome, okay? And it also have gap junction. So, kabalo naman mo nga ang gap junction, mao na siya ang area wherein dito musulod ang mga ions, no, para paspas ang propagation of signals. So naa siya the intercalated discs, na siya two types of membrane junctions, na sila mechanically important nga mga desmosomes para dili siya ma-dislodge, no, kasi mukalit lang katanggal ang imong intercalated disc, no. So that's why na desmosome or your mechanically important nga kanang plasma membrane, ang imong kuan nga membrane junction, and we also have here electrically important nga gap junction. Kini siya gap junction, no? Mao na itagway sa imong heart muscle. Okay. So now let's go to the heart's electrical activity, no? So the same with the skeletal muscle, it starts of course with action potentials. Okay, however, the action potential of the heart or its electrical activity is not it does not rely actually on an action potential outside of the muscle, just like the skeletal muscle, no? Unlike the skeletal muscle, because the heart can actually start its own action potential, no? And this is with the help of the orthorhythmic cells, no, and the pacemaker cells, no, and we call them myogenic. Okay, the action potential's origin is myogenic, no, because of these orthorhythmic cells. Autorhythmic, it means to say it has the capacity to start or ignite. Sana all maka-start or ignite sa rhythm, na, or the pacemakers as we call them. Now, when we talk about the pacemaker cells, no, na sila yung mga channels nga cyclically move them to firing threshold, no? Na sila has a role in origin and spread of the heartbeat. Diha mag-start sa mga pacemaker cells or your orthorhythmic cells. No? Naasa na yung mga channels that cyclically move them to firing threshold. Okay? Okay. So, dinhi na ang pinakanindot nga part, no? So, dinhi ma-experience na ninyo ang pacemaker potential and action potential in orthorhythmic cells, no? So, when it comes to the pacemaker potential, once nga na net sodium entry via the HCN or the Fanny channels, hyperpolarization, induced nga sodium channel ni sila. So, once nga na hyperpolarization, na ay entry of sodium, no? Na ay passive outward flux, of course, of potassium and increased calcium nga entry. Okay. So, mo ni siya, no? Na tayo mga F or Fanny channels. Kini. And then, na tayo transient type channels and long-lasting nga channels, no? So, sa first half of the pacemaker potential dinhi, na ay increase in the opening of the F channel or Fanny channel, HCN channel, which permit the inward nga sodium nga current. Musulod ang sodium, no, sa ano. And also it is associated with closure of the potassium channels, which reduces the outward current channel of potassium. Di ba si potassium mo gawas man? So, na-inward movement of sodium and then closure of outward movement of potassium, therefore making the cell really unsa man mo kuan siya, mo increase when it comes to polarity, no? So, the second half of the pacemaker potential in number 2 is the result of the opening of the T-type, no? T-type or transient type nga mga channel or calcium channel. Okay? So, once nga mo-open na ang T-type, threshold will be reached ani nga time because it's going to be sodium plus potassium plus calcium, no? Or transient nga channel. And in this time, maubos na sad ang sodium, pagsulod sa sodium, only calcium, no? And you know what calcium can do, no? So, unsay buhaton, inig sulod sa calcium, masulod, moabot na siya sa threshold, din hindapita, no? So, the action potential will rise, no? And number 3, it will actually result from opening of the long-lasting nga mga calcium channels, no? And of course, musa kagyud na kay na naman mas daghan naman misud nga calcium is positive, no? It will induce nga action potential, no? So number 3 and then of course mobalik na sad ta siya sa threshold nga ano or beyond threshold, no? So number 4, the falling phase mo result na siya sa opening of the potassium channel. So, inig-open na sad sa potassium channel, mugawas na sad ang potassium, of course, muubos na sad ang polarity. Okay, sa kuan. Okay, so, of course, mugawas na sila sa ano. And then, here comes slow depolarization of the pacemaker potential. Okay, speaking of the specialized non-contractile cardiac cells of automaticity, almost all of them are located in the SA node or the sinoatrial node. That is, of course, located in the right atrial wall of the, of course, atrium, no? Right atrial wall of the heart, no? So, 90 to 100 action potentials, 90% to 100% of the action potential is coming from the SA node, no? And napoy uban nga mga autorhythmic cell na makita na to sa AV node, no? And this is located at the base of the right atrium. Okay. Okay. So now when it comes to the spread of cardiac excitation, it should be coordinated, no, to ensure nga efficient ang pumping. Dili pwede nga maguna sa ventricle mauwahi si atrium. It needs to start from the atrium to the ventricle, no, before anything else. Kay basin magkayagaw sila. Unsa may ipump ni ventricle, kumo-contract na siya nga wala pa siya sulod. Okay? So, completion of atrial excitation and contraction should happen before onset of ventricular contraction. Okay, there should be a completion of atrial excitation and contraction before onset of ventricular contraction. Okay, so dapat ma-excite sa atria, both right and left atrium should be excited and should contract before nasad sa onset sa ventricular contraction. Okay, because dito man mag-start, no? So, coordinated cardiac muscle fiber excitation should be done to accomplish efficient pumping. Dapat coordinated ang mga cardiac muscles. Dili pwede nga, akong giingon ganina, mag-una sa ventricle compared to atrium, no? And there should be coordination of atria and ventricles in pair so both members contract simultaneously. Okay, dili pwede magdungan na isad sila. Dungan-dungan ta murag kamo, magdungan na tag study. Nya, ando-ando wa nagyud nagdungan og study, nagmukbang na lang, no? Okay. So, it needs to be done. Okay, mag-iya-iya ako sa sila. Ana nga time, ako sa, dili pwede ta magdungan. Ako, ikaw nasad, ako nasad, ikaw nasad, no? Dili pwede magdunganay because dili rhythmic, no? Ang mahitabo nga beating. Okay, or pumping of the heart, no? Okay, so mag-start ni siya, of course, sa atrial excitation. Okay, so once the atria will be excited, there will be a transmission between atria and ventricles. So, human ni atria sa ventricles na sad ang ma-excite, no? So, in the excitation of the ventricles, dito na siya sa bundle of His and Purkinje fibers, no? So, let's go, no? Okay, so we have here the spread of cardiac excitation. Okay, so it will start, of course, by the orthorhythmic cells, and most of the orthorhythmic cells is located actually in the sinoatrial node. Okay, so gikan sa sinoatrial node mo start o propagate ang signal. There will be an action potential, diba? Makahimo siya og iyang kaugalingon nga action potential. So once nga mahimo siya iyang kaugalingon nga action potential, mag-start siya dira, and it will propagate coming from the topmost part of the right atrium down to the base, no, of the right atrium, okay, or the atrioventricular node or AV node, no, via the internodal pathway, and diha na siya sa atria. Now, after ma-satisfy na sa atria, of course, no, the excitation will spread coming from the atrioventricular node or the AV node, moadto na siya sa mga, so kini dire no, mo excite po dire. Napoy interatrial pathway, no? So, of course, in kahuman ni right atrium, muadto pud siya, no? Paspas man na ang pagpropagate. Mo almost the same pod sa si left atrium, ma-excite pud siya. Okay? And then, of course, after ana, moagi siya dire sa internodal pathway, and then from the atrioventricular node, it will travel, no? The excitation will travel from the atrioventricular node down to the bundle of His. Okay? Kana, bundle of His, right branch, left and right branch of the bundle of His, and then of course into the Purkinje fibers. Mo na siya, kalat na siya diha, no? Okay. So, mo ni siya ang interatrial nga pathway. So, from the SA node, moadto siya sa, of course, AV node, and into the atrial nga pathway, and then from the AV node, it will go to the bundle of His, left and right bundle of His, and of course, into the Purkinje fibers. So, ang Purkinje fibers, kuan man siya, vast man siya, so, makover na niya ang tibuok myocardium. Okay, so that explains the spread of cardiac excitation. Okay. So, the action potential of the contractile cardiac muscle cell shows a characteristic plateau. So, remember ni siya, no? So, from 90 to 70, and then ana siya ang threshold potential niya. So, ana. And then there's a plateau of the phase of action potential. Okay? And then before it goes down, no? So, the plateau is 250 millisecond. Why is that important? Nga na ay 250 millisecond. Para na ay chance nga saman ang heart nga makakontract tanan and then maghinay-hinay na sad sila og relax. Okay? So we have here the relationship of an action potential and the refractory period to the duration of the contractile response in cardiac muscle. So imagine na, no? Ang action potential, dali ra kayo, no? Nahuman na siya. Pero ang contractile, and then because of the refractory period, naa diha ang contractile response. Kaya dili man paspas kayo because daghan pa ba yan? Mo travel pa ang signal and then mo contract pa ang muscle, no? Dili na, dali-dalion siya. And this is why needed niya og taas nga refractory period, okay, kining characteristic plateau for the contractile response to actually occur. Okay. Now, let's go to the ECG. Ano sa maning ECG? It is also known as electrocardiogram or EKG. No? So, this is a recording of electrical currents or electrical activity induced by body fluids by the cardiac impulses that actually reaches the body or the body surface, which will be detected by recording electrodes on the skin or the chest, no? Skin of the limbs and our chest, no? So this is a complex recording representing the sum of electrical activity spreading all throughout the heart and the muscle cells during depolarization, no? So, by the way, it is not a recording of the actual electrical activity of the heart, no? Representation ra siya. So, this is generated by cardiac muscles during depolarization and repolarization spread into the tissues surrounding the heart and that are conducted into the body fluids. So, ang normal ECG, ang normal nga vertebrate nga ECG, na siya tulo ka distinct nga wave, no? We have the P wave, or that is the atrial depolarization, okay? And then we have the QRS complex, or the ventricular depolarization, and T wave, or the ventricular repolarization. Kini siya, guys, it might bother you kay bali siya, no? Bali siya ang nakabutang. Lahi-lahi man gud na ang naka sa mga ECG, no? Naamanay kung asa siya nga gikuha dapit nga ano. However, ang kadtong atong praktisan nga ECG is inani characteristic niya pero bali ni ang R padong dito sa taas. Okay? Okay. So PQRST, no? Ang P wave represents atrial depolarization or nahimong positive ang membrane. QRS complex ventricular depolarization. Okay, and T wave or ventricular repolarization. Okay, so ang baseline sa ECG, ang PR segment, ang P and R nga segment nimo, di man ay PQRS. Okay? So mao ni siya ang imong AV nodal delay. Okay? Katong pag-travel sa imong signal from the SA node to the AV node, no? So, ang S and T segment naman, the plateau phase of action potential of cardiac contractile cells, no? S and T, kini siya, S and T, no? And TP is the interval when it comes to heart completely at rest, no? So, ECG measurements, it is conducted in humans and animals to diagnose heart problems, no? So, P wave, kung muna kay P wave, pero walay subsequent QRST events, na siya skip beat, no? It is called AV blocked and it means nga ay damage of conduction fibers, no? So, ECG measurements is part of physiological monitoring during studies of behavior and effects of temperature, drugs, and stress and exercise, no? Okay, guys, so that ends my presentation, lesson 1 presentation. Now, please be reminded that the next topic will be all about the cardiac cycle and normal heart sounds, no? So, if you have questions, you can brought this up on Thursday when we have our face-to-face classes. And please anticipate another recorded presentation to cover up the Monday nga class good, because this is for the Thursday nga class. Again guys, thank you so much, and amping tapirmi, God bless us all.